Overconfident Sports. So let's get the show on the road. Trade alert from literally an hour ago. John Wall and Russell Westbrook switched. Trade between Washington Wizards and Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets get John Wall and a first. No, I'm sorry. The Wizards get Russell Westbrook and a first. Oh, good. Don't worry about it. And a first-round pick, where the Houston Rockets get John Wall. So if you didn't hear that right time, the Wizards get Russell Westbrook in a first-round pick. Actually, I got that wrong. The Wizards get Russell Westbrook. Houston gets John Wall in a first-round pick. There we go. That's right. So, what do you think of that?
I think it's just they just swapped contracts, and then they also got a pick.
Yeah.
So then again, it's also lottery protected.
Yeah.
So most likely, actually no. I think the Wizards will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But so it won't matter.
So for me, it was like this, you know what you're gonna get from those two players in the upcoming season. It's just gonna be a redo of how it was like 2 years ago. It's gonna be a redo of how, just with no small ball with the Houston Rockets, and then it's just gonna be a redo of the Washington Wizards from 2 years ago. The Wizards had to make a change. They're like, okay, where can we send John Wall's contract? I don't know, for maybe another really, really bad contract. So they picked up they got Russell Westbrook.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And they really had to try something different. I think, Russell Westbrook wanted his own team. He got one. Like you said, Bradley Beal might be on the way out now.
Yeah.
Because him and John Wall are close. Bradley Beal and John Wall are tight.
Yeah.
They're like family. So I don't think that really sit well with Bradley Beal.
But then again, do you think Bradley Beal didn't sign off on the trade?
I don't think so. I think he would really prefer to stay with John Wall, because he talked about in interviews how him and John Wall wanted to leave together if they were going to leave, or they wanted to sign another extension together. The idea was John was going to come back better and stronger than before, which we know is kind of a long shot because of injury history, but that's what they thought. I don't think Bradley Beal signed off on this, especially if you say he's out on the way out.
Oh, I think him and James Harden are out.
Oh, really? How is James Harden?
Because I think James Harden is chasing a chip instead of chasing scoring titles.
Gotcha.
And he declined the $50 million, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Extension. $50 million player option, by the way. So that's how him and are happening. Sorry, Tim, I thought you were going to say something.
Quick side note, I'm actually surprised John Wall still has a job. I don't know if you guys saw that video of him in quarantine. You guys saw it? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Don't have to say more?
Who wants to throw him up?
I think it's crazy that the NBA was able to away from that.
Well, he threw those gang signs after doing a dunk. He threw like 4 of them in a row after he dunked once. On a fast break, he dunked it and he threw a bunch of gang signs.
Well, it's one thing to throw a gang sign in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's another one to just throw back to your hood, man. And just start going live,
Yeah. and what's funny, they had a bunch of stacks of cash around them too. It was like a really bad
that rapper lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Because also DeMar DeRozan be throwing out crap throughout games. So
yeah.
I mean, same with DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, real quick, before we go over to Mike, John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins are reunited.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I think, it's kind of one of those things where, look, we're going to trade you, but you get to be with DeMarcus Cousins. So you don't hate me, you don't, all right, cool, off you go. That's really what it was.
What's their history?
They were Kentucky teammates back in Kentucky.
Well, did they have bad blood?
No, they're teammates, brothers, they're close.
Okay.
So that's why they're happy to be playing together. And DeMarcus Cousins tweeted a smiling emoji about it, But Mike, you made an important point before. Westbrook should have gone to us, Clippers.
Westbrook should have gone to the Clippers, man. I think being in LA would definitely fit his style. It's something that he hasn't. I mean, he went to UCLA, so what am I saying? That is home essentially. So I guess that would be the next coming home for another NBA player. But Yeah,
I think because him, Kawhi, Paul George, that could stir up something.
Yeah, I mean, because Westbrook, I'll give him his chips. You know, he's a good player, but he's very selfish. You know, he's about being the guy. And so if he was on the team, I don't think it would work out with Kawhi and Paul George and whoever they're working with.
We would have to do like a slight change up.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought we were gonna land him, but then I always thought that you switch him with Paul George, he's the voice in the locker room, and then he can play with Kawhi in a sense.
Yeah. But but I think and you guys mentioned it before, he's found a team where he can be that guy again.
Yeah, he does.
So it would be interesting to see, or it will be interesting to see, for sure.
I got a quick edit. I don't follow the league that well, but I think it's kind of interesting to think about Westbrook finally leaving OKC.
Wait a minute.
I think about when it was Westbrook, Harden, KD. They kind of had their own thing going on.
I forgot about that.
Everybody went away. Westbrook finally left. Kind of feels like, not really, but in a way, since like the end of an era.
Yeah,
end of
for that team, 100%.
For OKC.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. A lot of people don't say this a lot, but that team produced 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
Like,
lost opportunities.
I'm surprised that team didn't win one, bro.
Like, all they had to do was sign James Harden and then just understand that a new TV deal was coming up. To extend the team cap, they should have just signed him,
bro.
Like Katie said, they should have just signed him. Like we would have been fine. But hey, at least all 3 of them found individual success, I guess.
And there's possibility of James still going to Brooklyn with KD.
Katie denied saying that him and James Harden talked about that, but
KD also denied Kyrie Irving and him teaming up at all.
Yeah.
I don't really believe like NBA players when they say, "Oh yeah, there's no what is the term for it? Tampering."
Yeah.
Like no.
They're just not trying to get fined. That's all it is.
Exactly.
They're not trying to lose money. But hey, I think that's all I got. Anybody else got anything else on it? I took
no, you said Kyrie, and I had to take some dust off the top. Like, what's Kyrie doing right now?
Facts. I mean, Kyrie, he's been hurt.
Oh, I see.
For a couple of us. Well, last season he was hurt, and then the year before that, just Celtics kind of. It was a bad situation.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, there was a total meltdown right there. Shit, that was pretty bad. Talk about an implosion, like just internal, destruction of the team in terms of chemistry and everything.
Speaking, I just want to make a quick point though. I think there is a difference between being a great player and being a winning player.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
You gotta make sacrifices to be a winning player.
Exactly. Like a perfect example. I think this year we're gonna determine if Devin Booker's a winning player.
Yeah. With him and CP.
Mm-hmm.
That makes most sense.
So we'll see how that goes.
100%. But hey, I think that's a great note to end off on. I think we all really did give our points on this one. I think that's a great way to summarize everything. Mike, what are they supposed to do?
Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment down below any questions, any topics, anything you guys recommend. And don't forget to follow on Instagram, Overconfident_sports.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Talk your shit.
I just lost my job again. Shit. All right.
Ron, get your numbers up.
Shit. Hey, hit the notification bell too. Ha.